Hello and welcome to episode 47 of Series 3 of Master League Story Mode. So I've just about come to the end of my week-long celebration of Bristol City's heroic, historic, incredible league win, coming down to the final day of the season to one last-ditch Tammy Abraham toe poke, and that's what sealed it for us. It was dramatic, it was exciting, and wow, what a season it was. We didn't have a look at the league table in the end, so we'll go and have a look at that now, because I'm not quite sure what happened to it, but just as a to round things off, I think it's probably good that we have a look. So let's have a look at the final standings. As you can see, we snuck in on goal difference. Wow, that was so close. We couldn't afford a loss because Manchester City did win on the last day of the season. We would have finished second in the league. Interesting to see Swansea, Sunderland and Fulham going down. Liverpool just outside of the drop zone, only 3 points above, and Tottenham only 7 points above. What a fall from grace they've had. West Ham United seem to be the side that in this timeline have pushed their way up into the upper echelons of the league. They weren't far off. Only 4 points behind us and Manchester City. So it's Europe for us this season, alongside Chelsea, Manchester and West Ham. And Manchester United, Everton and Leicester grabbing the Europa League spots. So yeah, that all seems fairly reasonable. Arsenal just missing out, as they probably will this year in real life. Anyway, with that out of the way, this is going to be a quick episode because I don't have much time today. And I don't think we're going to get any games played as far as I'm aware, but we are going to look at some of the transfer business. First up, we'll just go in and finish off these contract renewals. Marlon Pack, he gets another few years. As does Jordan Rossiter. De Jong comes in as well. Who we want to keep. And Tammy Abraham. Second thing is to have a look at the players that we have set up. Well, we've got Randall, Gomez and Becker to deal with. Gomez seems to be the one that everyone's saying, absolute no-brainer. And I agree. I think we definitely pull the trigger on him. That's a bit of business we can get done early doors. So it's a reasonable price, 4.9 million. Pretty decent, really. We've got Becker and Randall as potential right-backs. I really like the look of Randall. It was only Tic-Tac, commenter Tic-Tac, who agreed with me. I think Randall was probably my choice, but you know, the sensible choice would be Becker. He's a younger player. He's actually a decent passer as well. But Randall offers something a little bit mercurial. A little bit, well, just exciting, really. He's not quick, but I don't necessarily think that's a huge problem. Remember, in this formation, the fullbacks bombing on, not necessarily quickly, but being out there as an extra winger are really important. And this guy's got ball control. He's got 77 lofted pass. He's got great swerve. He doesn't have any player skills, unfortunately. He's not slow. His speed is slow. He's quite explosive. He's pretty strong, actually. Whereas Becker has got better all-round stats. For me, Randall just excites me. He's a little bit cheaper. If we could get any more money off him, then I definitely would be interested. Maybe that's how we decide this. 71%, I think that's fair. And then Becker, we'll see if we can get some money off the Crystal Palace player. 92%, yeah. So that could decide that for us. What I also want to do, actually, is go back into our team. We've got a few players who I think we're going to put on the transfer list. Now, we do like Robertha. He had a decent season, but he's not really fulfilled the promise that we were after. His passing hasn't improved. His ball control, dribbling, is still pretty low. I think we can do better as a third choice, maybe even second choice striker. He's quick, but not a lot else. So we'll put him on the list. See if we can get any money for him. And then Mika as well. We want to transfer list him because we're definitely looking for a new keeper. A couple of transfer listed players. And finally, the scout. So a lot of you had some suggestions. We've pretty much run our course with the right backs in England and Netherlands, which is the first two scouting areas. Now, we had some good suggestions. Obviously, a lot of you suggested Spain is good. France also good for finding young players, which is generally what we look for. But had a good suggestion from a bit of a legend in the PES YouTube channel commenting game. I'm sure you will have seen his Dragon Ball Z avatar floating around in the comments sections of many of your favourite YouTubers. He suggested, as we are looking for a goalkeeper and probably another defensive midfielder / central midfielder with Marlon Pack on a downward spiral. That's a bit harsh. On a downward improvement curve. That's a bit more accurate, although we do love Marlon. So his shout, and what I think is a very good one, is if you're talking solid central midfielders who are good footballers but also defensively minded, and you're talking goalkeepers, you can't do much worse than look in Italy. So we're going to have a little look there. We want to be considering the budget, because the problem that we're going to have now is, although we're going to be a highly ranked team, we're not going to have much money. And also the 76 overall rating is going to make it really difficult for us to find players of that thing. So hopefully with only 9 million transfer budget, considering the budget, we'll bring in some players that aren't that good but had the potential to be good. So first of all, goalkeeper. There we go. Italian goalkeeper, still developing. That's exactly what we want to look for. Second of all, central midfielder, still developing and consider. Lovely. And then thirdly, well, with Roberta on his way out, we need someone to replace him. I think what we're looking for there really is a second striker, I think. So we'll give that a go, and that should do it. So not much else we can do now than just keep cracking on and see if anything appears. We should have the chance to send out some more scouts. I'm going to hold off on the right back decision. So final day of the season is upon us, and we get an extra 500,000. Wow, and 2.2 in the salary budget. This is getting ridiculous. We don't need this much money. We made a 51% profit increase compared to last season. That's great. Could do with some more transfer budget though, please, board. So Community Shield and Champions League for us next season. The quadruple is on. How great would that be? Middlesbrough, Haaland Derby coming up. Swansea, Sunderland, Fulham relegated. Don't think we've got any links with any of those relegated teams. Let me know in the comments if we have, because it might be quite good to plunder some of them. So if you can find any link to Ian Holloway with any of those clubs, that could be a player or the manager, then let me know. So opening day of the transfer window is upon us, and that means Joseph Gomez. Gomez is coming over to Bristol, to the southwest. That's a really exciting signing to start the season. Randall's broken down. Well, I think that makes the decision for us, although I would quite like to go back in for him because I really like him. So Becker for 4.5. I mean, that is decent. Go back in for... Oh, no, we don't want to do that, really. Oh, we have. So let's take a look at our new signing, Joe Gomez. There he is, 75 overall rated, 21-year-old. Pretty tall, England. Potentially England international for the future. He's a good passer, good dribbler. Add something that Aidan Flint definitely didn't add, and hopefully we'll see some dramatic improvements from him. So a couple of bids that we don't want to take him. We'll be interested to see how much they want. 8 million for Angelino. Well, his price has gone up significantly. He's turned into a really great player. Really, really fun player to play with. Great left back. Great attacking left back. But no, we don't want to sell him, obviously. Fred Friday, how much is he worth these days? 5 million. What an insult that is for Freaky Friday. Not a chance. There's no way he's going anywhere, especially not considering he's only 23 years old. He's still got time to improve, and I'm sure he will, so we can end that negotiation fairly swiftly. Definitely need to offer him a contract renewal as well, so let's get that done before we forget. And Tammy Abraham, 2.4 million. Again, the league-winning centre-forward. That's just not enough. Not that we would sell him anyway, because he is already a Bristol legend. So let's keep things moving. Adam Matthews still increasing. That's interesting. That is interesting, considering we're looking for another right back. Maybe his time isn't up yet. He's a very solid player. I think if anything, that means that we shouldn't really be... I mean, Becker becomes then a bit of a pointless player to buy, really. So Matthews has had a bid in him for 6.3 million. Well, that is exciting. That's a lot of money for the Welshman. We really like him, but at 26 years old, he's not going to get any better. This is as good as he's going to get. I mean, if we could really get a lot of money for him, then I would consider it. So we'll put see how much more money we can get for that. Friday has accepted the terms of his renewal. That's good to go. So we'll keep him on board. Definitely. I'm going to put another bid in for Randall because I really like him. I don't know why. But I just think those passing stats, that swerve, the ball winning's good. The power and the pace is okay. It's not great. But I don't think that's where he's going to really do his work for us. I think his work is going to be done in finding those crosses from the right-hand side that Angelino does so well. Adam Matthews not so great at that. You know, if we sell Adam Matthews for a big fee, then we can maybe bring in both Becker and Randall. That's something to consider. So interesting. We've gone back in for Randall because I wasn't quite done with him. And then Matthews, we've got some improved negotiations with him as well. This could be quite extreme, but it could work. So 7.2 million Chivas Guadalajara are willing to pay for the Welshman. At 26 years old, as we said, he's not getting any younger and he's not getting any better. Could we push it a little bit further? Unlikely. So 7.2 million for him. They want 4. Oh, they want 7 now for Randall. Oh, that's probably made it unworkable, which is a shame. I really liked him. Why did we rush into that? We could have had him for 5. Now it looks like we won't get him for anything less than 6. The 4.4 million now for Becker seems like the sensible option, but I just am excited by the attacking prowess, the ball control, the dribbling of Randall out on that right-hand side. As Angelino has, I think he could be our attacking threat down the right-hand side. Oh, I think I've made a mistake there. I think we were a little too hasty, but let's see this one out, see how we do. Okay, scouts back. Angelino, another bid in for him, and Randall. What would I now pay for Randall, seeing as we could have had him for 5? I would probably pay 5.9. It's 1.5 million more than Becker. I just really like the look of him. I know the sensible option would be the young German. Randall's 2 years older, considerably slower, does not have the defensive prowess, but attacking wise, I really like the look of him. How much would it cost to get us both? 10 million for both right backs. Randall can play as a defensive midfielder, but he wouldn't be very good there, I don't think. He might be alright. 10 million for the two of them. Well, we'll keep that up our sleeves. Had some people... Ooh, hello. We've got a goalkeeper at 76. That's exactly what I was hoping to see. Oh, and he's big. Huge, huge keeper here. 93 tall. Never very good at looking at keepers, but he looks to be quite a player. He's going to be expensive, but he could be the serious goalkeeper that we need for the Champions League campaign. Liking the look of him, and always nice to see a player come in at 76 because that is the most we can deal with. So we'll definitely put a bid in for him. A few midfielders that we can't deal with. Pellegrini, 77, just outside. He'd be great. Box-to-box midfielder is exactly what we're after for a Marlon Pack replacement, but no, unfortunately, just out of our reach. Oh, Marzarati, well, no, not for me. Oh well, a decent start by the scout. Could have been better. Worth trying again with Randall. 60%. Oh, I'm going to... we should have time to go in again. I'll push it. We'll keep pushing. Oh, for fuck's sake, that was stupid. Randall's broken down again. Every time we go back in from as well, we're never going to get the price we wanted. Why do I keep pushing it? Gabriel, 5.4 million. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see if we can get any money off him. Looks like we can. Great stuff. Oh, Randall, why do I keep doing that? I don't think we're going to get much better than that, so I'm going to take a huge punt here. And I'm going to quickly change this up to give us as much time as possible and look for a right back in Italy as well. Pretty extreme, but we're getting things done. We're getting things done quickly. 7 million still on the table for Matthews. 7 million for Angelino, but we don't sell. The Archbishop of Banterbury, not a chance. Roberta, 5.9. Interesting. If we can find someone better than him. No, we can't get any more. 31%. It's 5.9 million from Cagliari. Or nothing for the 20-year-old. We do like him. It would be a shame to let him go and not bring in a significantly better player because he had a decent season. Let's keep cracking on. Oh, we found a very special player. Almost certainly it will be too good for us, but always exciting when that comes back. Oh, it's Godfrey Donser. What? Why? That was very quick. Looking for that right back. I guess that's where he came from. We know Godfrey Donser well. Hold me close now. Godfrey Donser was the chant in his Hull City days. Absolute machine of a player in the sort of Fred Friday mould of destroyer. But unfortunately, 80 overall rating. Puts him outside, well outside of what we can deal with. Okay, so Gabriel has come back. Or Gabriel. I like the look of him. I think this could be a huge signing for us. And at only 4.8 million for the 26-year-old Brazilian. That looks to be pretty much a no-brainer. He's big. He's imposing. His reflexes, his coverage is good. He's strong as well. He's got, yeah, he seems to be the right man for the job. 4.8 million, that seems like a steal. It's well off his market value as well. It's great scouting there by our Italian scout. Well, I'm going to get that done as well. Just get these things ticked off. We've got a keeper now. Got a keeper that we want. Any interest for Mika? That would be nice to know. No, still no interest for Mika. That's a shame. That's a big shame. So the Angel Gabriel, another Angel-related player, has joined up with the squad, and he's going to replace Mika straight in the side. He's got a nice little haircut. Fan of that. He's better all round. Yeah, he's a better player. His reflex is slightly less than Mika. Stamina not great, but that shouldn't be a problem. But his coverage, his catching, his goalkeeping in general, all an improvement over Mika. He's stronger as well. Decent signing. It will be a much better signing if we can get rid of Mika as well. If we can cash in on him. Question is now, does Gomez come in for Aidan Flint? Yes, I think he does. Just as a long-term option. Gomez comes in. Flint, an able replacement on the bench. We can get rid of O'Donnell now, I think. Or, no, we probably want to keep O'Donnell. Another bid for Randall. Keep that moving along. We still want him. Already having trouble scouting new players. That's slightly concerning, seeing as they've only brought back like 3 players. Where's the trouble here? Oh, neither of those two. That's concerning. That's really concerning. We'll have to maybe reject the overall rating. We'll go for still developing there. Do the same. We'll reject that, see if that helps. That's not ideal. So we're back in for Randall again. 3rd time lucky. I'm sure Liverpool now will make us suffer for pissing them off. And yes, it's 9 million now. Yeah, we fucked it. We completely... Oh, that's Randall out the door. Well, all of you who said that Becker would be the better option, I think that's good. And I'm sorry, Tic Tac, who I did agree with, and we got greedy twice. We probably still could have signed him the second time around for 5.9, but now 9 million. They're making us look a bit stupid. But we've still got Becker here at 4.5 or 4.4. An able replacement and very similar replacement to Adam Matthews. Still no interest in Mika though. That's annoying. We really, really wanted to get rid of him. Randall's broken down. That's over. The dream of that attacking right back is over. Interesting though, a couple of Italian right backs have popped up. Giamfi and Abdullahi. Both 21 and 22 years old. He looks quite similar to Becker. Giamfi though, a much better passer. 75 lofted passing is something that takes my fancy. He's pretty quick, pretty strong. How much is he worth? 5 million. At the moment I'm thinking maybe we just stick with Adam Matthews, but I don't know, I'm not sure. Nothing really that exciting there. Still nothing in the central midfield or second striker role that we want to get excited about. Let's keep going. So with August now upon us, things are getting a little bit tight when it comes to scouting. We haven't really heard anything back in terms of a central midfielder or a Roberta replacement from our Italian scouts. They did well finding us a good keeper. I'm happy with the keeper. But we're struggling with a central midfielder, with a second striker. We'll give them another week and then maybe we'll push them back out into England, have another go. But at the moment I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to find anything. This hasn't been the best transfer window yet. So with nothing back from the scouts and this transfer window looking to be a bit of a washout, let's go ahead and play the FA Community Shield. Maybe our first bit of silverware of the season will encourage some new players to come in who we didn't already know about. But Gabriel will start today, our new keeper at the back. He's yeah, I'm excited about him. Maybe not the biggest improvement on Mika that we could have gone for, but our hands are tied by the over 76 ruling, so I think he's definitely an improvement. Joe Gomez, he starts as well alongside Magnuson. That new centre-back pairing will need some time to gel. This is an opportunity for them. Marlon Pack, well, we were looking to maybe improve upon the captain in this window. Doesn't look like we're going to. Nigel Roberta, he also on the transfer list at the moment, but I think we'll start him today over Abraham, who's on a downward arrow. Other than that, yeah, we do still need reinforcements and we are struggling for both money and players to actually sign. And we go out here today against Arsenal. This will be a really good way to bed in Gomez and Gabriel at the back. 2 new signings who both look to be, yeah, definitely improvements on Flint and Mika. Not huge, but we are, as I said, our hands are tied. Gabriel certainly looms large. He's a big, big keeper. He's a tall keeper. Should be commanding in the box, in the air. His reflex is not quite as good as Mika's, but still, I think he's going to be definitely the sort of player we need in the Champions League. Kieran Down misses the challenge on Mesut Ozil. Back heels galore so far from Arsenal. Oh, that's a nicely slipped ball into Alexis Sanchez, and Gabriel is beaten almost instantly by the Chilean, and we're not off to the best start, and neither is Gabriel, who, well, maybe that's where his not so great reactions will let us down. Absolutely cut through us like a hot knife through butter. And Gabriel couldn't get his huge frame down quick enough to prevent that first goal. Not the best start to the season. Robertha, chip ball in, looking for the power and pace. And Fred Friday hits it first time. Always hit that really well. Just flashes past. Checks post. He decided to go first time for it. Nigel Robertha, nice chip ball into him. But first shot in anger of the season falls to Fred Friday. Friday putting Mustafi under pressure. The German caught out. Friday can square it now for Nigel Robertha. And that is poor play there from Arsenal. Really, really cheap goals from both sides. And this time it's Nigel Robertha who profits from an easy finish. It's Fred Friday, the aggressor, the aggravator, wins it back from Mustafi. Just maybe not quite back off his holidays. Gave that away way too easily. And it's simple stuff there. And it's 1-1 here. Wow. Chamberlain does well to get away from him. Oh, that's a nice ball looking for Bellerin. Ball inside to Olivier Giroud. And Gabriel's beaten again. And it's 2-1. 2 shots so far. 2 goals. The Angel Gabriel needs some divine intervention at the moment because he's really struggled. I mean, they've both been pretty much clear-cut chances. One-on-one chances. Any keeper would have struggled in these positions. You'd expect Giroud to score against any keeper in the world there, although I would have hoped for a little bit more. And it's free scoring here in the Community Shield final, or just Community Shield. Kieran Dowell now. Not seen anything from him yet. Chip ball in, looking for Robertha. Good take from Nigel Robertha. Can he lay it back to Fred Friday? Oh, Petr Cech with the first save of the game from anyone. Nacho Monreal inside. Good ball in, looking for Mesut Ozil. Gets a shot come cross away. Marlon Pack, that's... Oh, Kieran Dowell gets in there. And that's a poor clearance. Olivier Giroud turns back to Aaron Ramsey. Gets the shot off. Finally, Gabriel makes a save. And it's a great one there from the big man. Just tipping Aaron Ramsey's shot to the right of his post. But it's been a very poor, very shaky start here from Bristol City this season. 20 minutes in with 2-1 down. This is the sort of thing that Gabriel should be taking. Yep, commanding in the air. And then he bowls it out to Marlon Pack. That's a nice play there. Fred Friday. Can he spread it wide to Angelino? Will he get there ahead of Hector Bellerin? Big ask. Oh, Bellerin's been caught out. Angelino now puts the ball into the box. Kieran Dowell flashes it wide. Difficult opportunity there for KD. But as I said, not in the best of form at the end of the season. Hopefully that doesn't continue over into the next. It's his first chance of the season. He puts it wide. Kieran Dowell. Lovely ball out to Angelino. Little chip ball into Rossiter. Can he fire a ball into Robertha? Koscielny again is there, able to clear. Fred Friday, that's a bit much, Fred. That's a bit much. Aaron Ramsey, we've been in a lot of pain there, and it's a straight red for Freaky Friday. That's a bit harsh. Don't want to watch the replay of that. That was poor. Well, that is not going to help our chances, to be fair. Once again, Joe Gomez in there, wins the header. Roberta's going to be very much isolated now. Oh, 2-1 here. I think we've thrown this one away. The quadruple may now be out of sight. We'll have to push Kieran Dowell up into second striker role. And we'll go 3 in the middle. But not looking great. Shouldn't really have got Fred Friday sent off there. Gomez down the line into Adam Matthews. Got a bit of space to run into here. Marlon Pack making the run down the side. The captain, can he get there ahead of Nacho Monreal? No, the Spaniard does well. Pack forces him to clear into touch. It's a deep throw in here for Bristol City. Kieran Dowell. Oh, the footwork from KD. Can he get the shot away? The curling effort into the gloves of Petr Cech. Great play there by Kieran Dowell, though, to work that chance. Roster, great ball over the top, looking for Nigel Robertha. He takes it down so well. And just to dribble inside. Kieran Dowell now into the box. He gets the shot away and he's pulled it wide. Kieran Dowell's poor form continues. He's really letting us down at the moment. He's had 2 great chances today. That could well have been our best and last chance. Great play from Nigel Robertha to take it down. Good feet inside. Then Kieran Dowell into the box. He'd made the space ahead of Monreal. He couldn't even work Cech's goal. He was in such great goal scoring form midway through last season, but he's really tailed off. Matthews made a late run down the right hand side. Angelino finds him well. Matthews tries to put it into the box. Coquelin cuts that one out. Marlon Pack caught in possession. Kieran Dowell goes back to De Jong. De Jong lines up a shot. Oh, Cech does well to save the substitute De Jong. troubling Petr Cech straight away. Mings, great ball down the line into Kieran Dowell. Oh, Kieran, for fuck's sake. What sort of touch was that? Joe Gomez, he's been the shining star of this game so far. By far our best player. And there we go. Well, the dream of the FA Community Shield is over. But really, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup that we care very little about. So I'm not too fussed about that, really. But the more concerning thing is the performance of Kieran Dowell there. Gabriel, the keeper, he missed his first 2 opportunities to save in a Bristol City shirt, which isn't great, but I feel like he'll get into things in time. But Kieran Dowell missed a couple of real sitters there. So not a great start to the season. The quadruple now is out of our range, out of reach. But the triple's still on, the treble even. Okay, so we've had some scouting reports in. Hopefully something good here. Nothing we can deal with again. That's so annoying. 77, Maori, they look great, but we can't go with any of them. Richie, well, we don't need a winger. It's very unlikely to be a player that we want to sign. Nope. Just over a week to go. What do? Do we cut our losses? Maybe go back to England? Oh, I think we're going to have to. So Becker, the player that we can sign. But until we sell anyone else, that we can't actually really sign anyone. We could sell Roberto, but at this point we're not seeing anyone better than him turning up. So it would be a big mistake to sell him. I mean, bringing in Becker, bringing in a keeper, a centre-back and a right-back would be fine. I don't necessarily think we need any more attacking players. A standout player would have been nice, but if it doesn't show up, it doesn't show up. Maybe not the worst window ever. We're quite used to making 4 or 5 signings in the summer, but we don't really need it with a Premier League winning side. We were looking to bolster. The only annoying thing now is we've got 2 keepers, which we don't need. Hopefully, we can get rid of at least Mika. Maybe O'Donnell. No offers for Mika yet, though. Again, the scout is having trouble. I'm not sure why. Just quickly before the end, have we had any interest in Mika at all? Not a sausage. Let's just change that. They're open to any offers for Mika. So there we go. Well, not really much to ask of you. We've played 1 match. We played pretty badly. And we've made 2 good signings, I feel. Hopefully we can sell Mika. We'll bring in Becker. And then if we find anyone to replace Roberto with, we can sell him. And we can go from there. Do we have Matthews and Becker? What's the point in that? I don't know if there really is any point. We could sign Matthews, but we're finding it difficult to sign players now. I think we might be slightly seeing a flaw in our overall rating cap. Let me know if you think I should be maybe a bit more lenient with it. Let me know if maybe I should consider signing either Maori or Pellegrini. Maybe an amendment could be to the rules could be if you win the league, then you get to go up 4 points, 4 overall points, rather than the 2. Because otherwise, it's going to be no central midfielders for us. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in a bit.